r/ProRevenge.
Mess with the dominatrix and you'll cry. Alerts. NSFW, mobile, no native English. I work as a camgirl, doing video chats with guys for money. Most of the sessions I have are fetish related and I work for many small sites. One day I had a guy wanting to be my slave, meaning he wanted me to be a dominatrix and to command him to perform painful and degrading acts on himself. Most of these so-called slaves are actually very softcore in what they are willing to do. Initially he paid for a 1-hour session and we got along so well he paid for a second hour. At the start of the session I always set up a safe word and we talk about turn-ons, limits, and I respect them. It's part of the dom/sub dynamic to build a trustful relationship. I did the session, he seemed happy and so was I. He was indeed very softcore. A month later the site owner messaged me to say that a client contacted him accusing me of fraud, threatening to call the police. He said I blackmailed him to make him send money and never deliver the session. I showed the screenshots of the conversation so I was off the hook with the site and they didn't issue a refund, but the guy asked for a chargeback in his credit card company and I had around $400 deducted from my paycheck. It's important to stress that services of sexual nature have very different billing rules. It's against the terms of service of all the mainstream payment processors such as PayPal, Venmo, Google Pay, etc. You have to own a high-risk merchant account with very high fees, so we use third-party companies that facilitate it for us. Some of them cover these eventual chargebacks, others don't. This one didn't. Fast forward 6 months, I was contacted on Skype by a guy wanting to be my slave for 1 hour. This is not a rare request, so I didn't connect the dots at first. I sent him a link for payment, luckily this time in a site that cover chargebacks. He paid. When he opened his camera, there he was. I never forgot his face and accent because he was very weird. It was the same guy who accused me of fraud and got his money back. I'd have terminated the call right away, but knowing I was protected by chargeback in this other site, I decided to get my revenge, so I pretended I haven't recognized him. Knowing he was softcore but willing to obey, I started to give him tasks that were literally turn-offs for him. I didn't set up a safe word this time. I let it escalate quickly to very hardcore stuff and used all the mind games to push him to his limits. He went 20 minutes straight, he was crying until he gave up and hung up on me. I even called back a few times and he didn't answer. I clearly stated that his remaining minutes were forfeited because he left the session on his own will. A week later the owner of the site asked for proof of the session, because the client contacted them saying the service wasn't delivered and he wanted a refund. I had everything documented. They pay for the time, not for the actions, so whatever happened in the session is at our own discretion. He never got the refund and then this site has a chargeback protection, so he didn't get the money back this time. He is blacklisted now and never heard from him again. I hope he left the BDSM world for good. TLDR. Submissive guy booked online session with a dominatrix, made false accusations to get his money back. 6 months later he show up again. I pretend I didn't recognize him and made he do things he didn't like until he hung up crying.
A response to the post.
If he did this for $400, he 100% did this to others and possibly stole much more time from than just that. Yeah, fuck that dude.
A response to this comment.
But, like, in a bad way.
A response to the post.
Ha, fuck that guy. Literally.
A response to this comment.
It sounds like she made him go fuck himself.
A response to the post.
I'm conflicted. Theft is clearly not okay, but sexual shit like this crosses a line. From a fellow dom, you fucked up here.
A response to this comment.
As someone pretty vanilla and not well versed in BDSM etiquette, I gotta ask, how did that cross the line? He could have bowed out at any moment if he wanted to, proven by the fact that he left midway through the session, so he had the power to stop it whenever he wanted.
A response to the post.
Doms like you make me afraid to be part of the BDSM community.
A response to the post.
This isn't pro at all. Try r/PettyRevenge. Edit. For those of you saying it's pro, there's no fallout. Sure, he was banned from one site of hundreds, but that's not enough to significantly change someone's life.
A response to this comment.
I don't know, Using your professional skills to punish a guy and get him blackballed is pro to me.
A response to the post.
I'm curious why safe words are a thing with online BDSM. I guess I know nothing.
A response to the post.
This guy was wrong to try and pull a fast one on you guys. That said, this is shameful BDSM behavior and not okay. Nothing, no amount of money, is worth pushing someone past their limits with no safe word in place when they may be in deep subspace. Consent is everything. Shame on you.